time we can collapse very badly, but that was the blessing that we do have the technology, we do have the internet and ICT, which connect us, and I mean, like, we save ourselves from a larger type of losses. Here we need to discuss that how to adopt your lesson plans to different types of learners. For sure, this is a technique from the student, from the teacher and instructor. An instructor should understand that what kind of students I do have. No, for example, you have 40 students in your class. You cannot expect that all the students can respond to you in the same way. Some might possible very intelligent and they can understand you whatever you are teaching them in first go, but some students maybe need extra concentration, and maybe some students need a different type of attention so you can deliver your all the lectures. So instructor need to I mean, like, this is a pretty simple for the teachers, faculty members, that they have to adopt different type of lesson plan type of learners. Number one is add discussions to increase engagement and comprehensions. How you can go that as I told you, and we discussed that encouraging students engagement while ensuring they master their course content can be challenging in any setting. So what we have to do, we provide vital online teaching ideas on how to make your lessons more interactive and foster active learnings. So what kind of plan you can go with this one? You can add discussions to increase engagement, and you can utilize screen recordings to pre-record yourself and your lessons. This point is very much important. One of the faculty member asked me one question that, sir, you use some kind of tutorials, and but you were not applying at the same time, practically at the same time. The answer was very simple, that because online class or online session, we do have a very restricted time, and we need to follow all the steps and contents in a specific time limit. And if you are trying to apply all the options during the class, it might possible it will take longer time to implement all these steps. So the good way is a teacher, what I do personally, I do record all the steps before the session. I do myself, and I can have some kind of pretty related tutorial. So we have to find out the exact tutorial. Either you can go with the tutorial, or either you have to create or record by yourself. So what is the benefit with this one? Once you are recording, it means you are saving your time. And with explanation of this recording, I think I think students or your learners, whoever the learner in front of you, can understand all these steps in a better way instead of performing all the activities live. So I would recommend that you have to pre-record the screen recording. You can go with that one, and you can voice over that one. Otherwise, you can explain all these steps, all these recorded steps inside the classroom. So everything being performed perfectly and one-handedly at the time, so students can easily understand all these things. The next one is make your lesson interactive and engaging. How you can make your lesson more interactive and engaging. This is like one of the thing for the online education, that you need to be more interactive. You can bring some kind of graphics, you can bring some kind of softwares which can help you to engage the students, or students can feel comfortable and more interactive with the teacher. So what kind of things you can do it? We do have a little kind of tutorial here which can explain to you. You just have to watch this one and later we can discuss about this. This is one of the softwares I bring for you, and this will help you a lot for your online interactive lectures. This is WooClap. This is one of the free softwares where you can create the questions and the answer can be dealt by the students and teacher. And the best thing is this WooClap can be integrated with your PowerPoint presentation as well. So let's have a look how it works.
WooClap is an amazing tool to use to make your virtual lessons more engaging and more interactive. And this is what it looks like when you run a typical WooClap activity with your students. This is what it looks like from the teacher's end. I've already created an account. I created a series of questions for my students to engage in. So all I need to do is click start and then paste this link onto my
go online for this kind of application. You can download this one or you can go for the web-based application. You just need to create your account, and once you have created your account and after login, you can have multiple options over there. You can create some kind of online quizzes and you can add some questions and answer over there. And once you're done, you can select and how to participate. You simply need to copy this link and you have to paste this link in the chat box, or you're sending direct to the students, whatever the way you want to choose, and then rest you can see here.
My Zoom session. My Zoom session is right here. I have myself here and I have 3 students. So what I'm gonna do, I'll simply paste this link to my students. Let's quickly switch to students for you to see how they will participate. I'm gonna click on chat, open the WooClap, and this is how easy it is for students to join the WooClap. So my first question would be, where in the world are you? Here students need to point to the area and click submit. Once they've done that, from the teacher's side, I can click and show the results. I have 3 responses from my students. What I can also do as a teacher is share my screen with the students so they can see the responses of other kids. Let's quickly move on to the next question. You will notice that once students start answering the questions on WooClap, I as a teacher can see the results.
This application is that teacher can send the link to their students. Student can attempt that questionnaire, whatever type of questions you gave them, and graphically everything is being like displaying in front of the teacher and with the location and with the graphics and with the results, and teacher can share their screen with the students and they can see that how many doing the correct way and what the results are over there. And this is one of the best and interactive activity for the teacher and for the students as well.
Our last question is, how do they feel about starting a new school year? If I type good here, the good will appear in the middle of the screen. If I then take another student and type okay, this will appear on the screen as well. And now I have one more student who will say a bit sad, and this will appear on the screen.
So that is, you can see that in this software, not only you can engage them, you can entertain them as well, because once someone is typing the answer and this answer appearing on the screen, so everybody get connected with the lecture and with the teachers, that because this is one of the best kind of activity which you can perform during the lecture. What next? How to integrate WooClap in PowerPoint. This is one of the best way that you can integrate this software with the PowerPoint slides. So instead of going to share the screen, you can do all the steps inside PowerPoint. So let's see how to integrate this one. We're gonna learn what is like WooClap again, and how you can download the WooClap add-in and then insert WooClap questions into your slides. And the last one is how to launch your PowerPoint presentation in this way.
Hello, I'm Kieran, Customer Success Manager at WooClap. Today I'll show you how to use WooClap in PowerPoint in 3 simple steps. Let's start from the creation interface of your PowerPoint presentation. If you're adding WooClap questions to your PowerPoint presentation for the first time, you'll need to download the add-in from the Office store. To install the add-in, click on Insert in the top left corner. Interface, and then click on Get Add-ins.
It's pretty simple. You need to open your PowerPoint, click on Insert, and here is Get Add-in option available. You just need to click on that one, and then you need to search your required.
You will then be able to search for and find the WooClap add-in thanks to its blue logo. Press on the Add button, then Continue. Now the WooClap add-in has been installed correctly. Don't hesitate to reach out to your administrator if you don't have permission to download the add-ins. Once downloaded, you'll be able to find WooClap in My Add-ins and select it in order to connect. Go into the Insert tab, My Add-ins.
Once it's been added after Get to Add-in, you need to go on the same steps you need to follow in the Insert, and on the bottom you can find out My Add-ins. And when you click on that one, you can find out WooClap, and you just need to click on the Add button to add on your screen.
Press on Add. I can now adjust the window to the size of my slide. Now you can connect to your WooClap account if you haven't already. Press on Start. Choose the login method you wish to use to log into your WooClap account. Another window would open and ask you to log in. Copy, go back to PowerPoint.
This is the important part.
Paste.
You need to focus on that one, that once you add in on your screen, it will ask you to sign up. You can sign up with any of your email address, and once it's been done on their website, there is a one key generated over there. You need to copy that key and paste it here on the screen of PowerPoint. So you need to follow all the steps carefully.
And press on the Sign In button. Now you can choose the question that you wish from your events. For example,
and here you need to remember that one, that what we have discussed in the previous tutorial, that how you can go online, create your account, and you can log in over there and create all the questions. In these slides, once you click on Add In and log in over here, you are not allowed to prepare the questionnaire over here. You need to prepare questionnaire first online in the website, and then you can choose that questions in your slide presentations here by Insert Question tab.
This question, and as you can see, my question has been added. Please note that all questions have to be created on WooClap beforehand in order to be added to your PowerPoint presentation. And there you have it, your first question has been added to your presentation. Let's go over the steps one more time. First, click on Insert, go into My Add-ins, and choose the WooClap add-in. I can now adapt the size of my WooClap window to the size of my slide if I wish to. Once you're logged in, choose your event and the question you wish to insert. Press on Insert Question. You can now launch your presentation. And voila, now you're ready to integrate all your WooClap events directly in your PowerPoint presentations. Now it's your turn.
So now you can see that this kind of software, especially WooClap, this is one of the best software for you to interact with the students and give them a chance to enjoy their studies. So you can see that if you add this add-on in your presentation, you can make your presentation more graphically strong and more interactive for the students as well. What next? Another very good thing that what we are discussing, that how you can interact with the students and how you can engage your students, and what is the best way that they do not divert their attention towards other thing. So another very good thing that is I bring to you, that is online stopwatch. You can use this stopwatch for the students. You can give them some kind of question or query or quiz, and then you can run the timer on your screen. This is graphically looks good, and students are more participative with this kind of activity. So let's see how we can choose online stopwatch and how we can use it.
The next tool that will make your online lessons engaging and interactive is going to be Online Stopwatch. To access this tool, all we need to do is search for Online Stopwatch, and this is the website that we are looking at. So let me quickly show you how I normally use it, and then I'll give you a couple of recommendations. Once the stopwatch is loaded, you need to click on Open the Stopwatch in full screen, because there are quite a lot of advertisements on the website, so we want to click on Super Full Screen, and that's the user interface that I personally like. What I normally do after that, I go to Zoom, then click on Share My Screen, and then I can ask a question to the student to think about. Let's say I want to review the content of the previous lesson, and I want to give them 1 minute to just sit and reflect or remember from the very straightforward and very easy tool. Another thing I really like about Online Stopwatch is that it just has tons of other materials and resources.
So
There are
that's
random
another
name pickers,
interesting
there are
tool that you can
different
use,
classroom
online
timers.
stopwatch, for your lecture, the live lecture, the online lecture. So you can engage your students, and is psychologically it affects your mind that if something is playing on the screen, student can more interactive, even the teacher can more interactive, and they can enjoy both, can enjoy the this kind of activities. So I would prefer and I would recommend everyone to use this type of free tools for your lectures. So these small kind of tools can enable you to make it more interactive and more interesting lectures for all of you. One more best thing and best application I bring it for you, that is how you can manage your class, that is with no hands app. There is normally options available inside Blackboard and many other applications, online application, even in Zoom and many other applications, that if someone asks want to ask the question, they need to raise their hands. There is option available, raised hand. You need to click on that one, and then teacher allow that student to ask the question. But in this no hands application, what you can do it, you can create some kind of questions, and you throw the question towards the classroom, to all the students, and all the students' name are circulating on the screen by this no hand application. So whoever randomly selected the name, that would appear on the screen, and that person need to answer for that question. What is the benefit of this type of no hand application? The benefit is all the class would remain attentive, because you're not going to ask or not somebody going to ask you that I want the questions, but if you want to throw the questions, all the class is waiting for their name, because it's randomly selection. So any of the name or any of the roll number can be chosen at that time by this application. So all the students can be more interactive and more attentive at that time, because anyone can be called anytime from the teacher side. So let's see how we can use this application.
No Hands app is by far my favorite classroom management tool, and this is what it looks like. It's just a tray window that will generate random names of students. I would like to suggest just one way how you can use this tool with your students. So this is a Google slide that I created for my class. It has a little story and some of the questions. What I will do, I'll go back to the Zoom, I'll click on screen share my screen, and this is one of the important things we need to do when we use No Hands app. We need to share the entire screen, click present, and here you go. So this is what the students see now. They can see my screen, they can see the story and the No Hands app generator. I will pose the question to the students, who are the characters in the text? And then what I will do, instead of asking students to volunteer, I'll quickly click on No Hands app, and this will generate a name of the student to answer.
That is again very interesting. I told you that you can engage your students by using different type of hacks, different type of tricks, different type of applications, and technology allow you to do all these kind of things. Now move forward to next step, that is most common strategies of distance education. We all the teachers are expert for teaching face to face, and I believe that teaching face to face a little bit more easier than teaching online, because face to face teaching, you can communicate with the students directly, and you can, if anybody is creating problem, you can send them out, or you can warn them with the different type of like informations. But online teaching is a tricky. You don't know, you cannot see everyone in front of you. They are sitting in the distance, they're sitting in their homes, and they even not sitting together, all the students, so everyone on the different locations. So you need different type of hacks to engage them, to deliver your expertise, deliver your knowledge with expertise. So here we need to learn about common strategies which are important for the distance education. That is very important, that encouraging students engagement while ensuring the master their course content can be challenging in any strategy. Why it's challenging? As I told you, that if someone is in front of you, it's more easy to deal with them, but if someone is not sitting in front of you, it's more difficult to deal. So we have to provide vital online teaching ideas on how to make your lessons more interactive and active learning. Number one, adapt your lessons to work online. You need to revamp your in-person lessons to the online environment with engaging discussions, screen recordings, and interactive tech tools. As we discussed that sometimes face-to-face learning is giving you a chance to transform your knowledge more easily, but once you are bringing the same content online, you need to make little bit changes, and you need to be more clever to transform your content. And how you can transform, I gave you a recommended option, that is screen recordings. You can record your screens, and you can use interactive tech tools, which we already discussed, the book lab, no hand, and online timer. This kind of tech hacks can help you to encourage students to learn more effectively. The next one is set clear expectation with students and families. Why this is important? That because you need to share your expectations and due dates early and often to prepare students and families for a successful year. Before starting up the session, if you're going online, you need to engage your students and their families that we do have this kind of targets, and we need to achieve them by this way. we do have this much of assignments, and we will give you the time span for attempting all these assignments and quizzes and many other things which you want to involve them. You need to tell them clearly before or in start of the session or before the lecture. Build a strong online classroom community. And how you can build a strong online classroom community? You just need classroom community is just as essential in the virtual environment and can be, like you can say that can be fostered with video chats, purposeful free time, and class message boards. There are three very interesting and engaging things that for sure you should have video chat. You can ask them during the lecture. They can turn on their videos and they can chat with you, and there should be a purposeful free time. If you are giving them the break during the session, you can engage them with some kind of quizzes or assignments, and you can ask them, okay, this 5 or 10 minutes breaks, but you have to participate in some kind of survey. So this should be a purposeful free time. And class message board, there should be a class message board, discussion boards where you can float an idea or any thread you can create over there and ask the students and their families to participate in this one, so it can be more engaging. Connect with parents and keep them involved. Online learning is it's pretty important and pretty simple that students are not in front of you, so you're not fully aware how much they are involved with you. Either they are playing game during the lecture, or they are sitting and listening and learning from you. So for this purpose, you need to keep involved parents with them. You can, how you can involve them, uh, to involve consistently with the frequent and engaging communications like weekly newsletters and personal phone calls throughout the school year. You can engage them by sending the reports for their children weekly or some kind of newsletter, and you can talk to them by phone calls, or you have to share your number and ask them to communicate with you weekly basis. So you are more aware with the students, and parents are also aware about the activities of the students, that either they are focusing on online studies or they are just wasting their time. So I believe during the COVID, besides the learning of the students, the parents played a vital role. For example, if a parent think that online learning is a wastage of time, then it means student would not go to learn anything, because their parents have their mind that this online learning will not give them benefit. But if they transform their mind and they start thinking, no, this is another best way to learn something, so they can follow their children to bring them in front of the computer at the time of class, and exactly they need to follow that their children is engaged with the activities or not. So I think so connection with the parents and to keep them involved, this is pretty important. The last one is a very important one: find and utilize the right ED tech for your needs. This is the best part of online education. We already discussed some kind of applications that how you can engage your students and how you can make interactive your online lesson. This part belongs to online education, especially online education, that find and utilize the right easy tech for your needs. And we're going to see what kind of things we can do it with that one. Number one is best tools for remote online teaching. You need to do some kind of research, and I did it for you, that which one is the best remote or online teaching tools. And our research gonna be showed over here. Number one, screencasting. That what kind of screen recording software, screencasting softwares you can use for your lecture preparation. I do remember that last year before the summer vacation, we did one full presentation for screen recording and online video editing tool. We do have recordings. If you want, you can watch that one as well. Best softwares for screen recording is here is a list, complete list. Some are top of the line: OBS Studio, Camtasia, and there are too many other available, and all these softwares are free softwares. And some softwares for sure on, if you say that anything on I mean, like online is nothing is free, fully free, but the basic versions are free, so you can utilize for your teaching. No need to go to buy all of the softwares, because we cannot buy all the softwares. Some basic softwares, if you want cheaper one, you can buy it, and you can use them without kind of advertisement and many other glitches not available over there. But if you want to go for the free versions, some basic activities which you can use for your for lessons, that's absolutely free. So you can use, and you can choose one of from this list, whichever you like it, and you can use for screen recording. The next one is best free video editing. Why we do need the video editing tools? The reason behind online education or online lectures do need some kind of graphical representation. So if you have a good video editing tool with you, and especially it's free, so you can make screen recording, you can make editing by yourself. And now I think so in the market, very easy softwares are available which are free or very cheaper to buy, and you can use them, record them, voice over them, whatever you want you can do in this type of software. And here is a list for best video editing softwares. Wondershare is on top, Filmora 9, Camtasia Studio, iMovie belongs to Mac. So if someone is using the Mac, iMovie and QuickTime both belongs to them. Otherwise, in short, Adobe Premiere Pro. Adobe Premiere Pro is, I mean, for professionals for sure. Adobe After Effects and Adobe Premiere Pro, these both belongs to the professionals. So if someone need a high level of like video editing, they can use these softwares. Otherwise, you can go with the Wondershare or Filmora. They are more than enough for you, or Camtasia. You can choose any one from the list, and this will help you to create an interactive lecture or videos for your lecture. Presentation softwares, though I normally recommend PowerPoint, because PowerPoint is one of the best fully loaded tool which can give you all kind of options which are necessary for creating the slides or presentation. And you can make add-ons like we have discussed WooClap, that is that can be also embedded with the PowerPoint. But if you are looking for some kind of graphical representation, then you can choose some kind of presentation softwares. And here is a list of presentation software. You can go with any one of them. Google Slides, Canva, Ludo's Beautiful .ai. If you are looking for AI powered presentation, you can go with this one. Prezi is one of the best graphical representation of the slides. They can have built-in templates. You just simply download that template and use for them. And as a student, if you are going to choose Prezi as a student or as a teacher, so they have I think so very cheaper prices, only $5 or something like that for that software. So pretty cheap software, but very interesting software, because hundreds of predefined templates are available over there. You just need to download that template, put your informations, and you can float in your presentation, and it looks awesome because this have a 3D graphics type presentations over there. So a small presentation can make a big change in your lecture or in your presentation. And in the last one, again, PowerPoint for Microsoft users. If you're a Microsoft user, for sure, almost 100% do have their Microsoft content on their PCs, so they can use PowerPoint for free. And one of the most powerful tool, that is PowerPoint. In the end, we have to discuss about remote teaching tips, how you can make it by using small tips, how you can interact with your students, and how you can prepare your lesson. And what is the benefit with this one, that a complete list, you can make segmenting, you can go with the be intentional in the beginning, middle, and in the end. Ongoing formative assessment, and make learning objectives accessible to students, adaptable curriculum and instructions, and in the last, be authentic, familiar, simple, and flexible. So let's take a start with lesson segmenting, that how you can do it. Perform this option in your lectures, like in short, segment activities and lesson to fit your students. You can make small segments to deliver your lecture depending on the age, content, home life, and million other factors. Students have a wide range of attention spans. So if you can make your lecture in the form of chunks in the segments, prepare, for example, 5 or 10 minutes lesson, then a small quiz and or a question. So they have to interact more good way, and they can learn more easily. What is the benefits you can get by segmenting? That if you can segment lessons in a way that is accessible to students, you will have a much higher chance of engaging your virtual classroom during synchronous learning, because students are in front of you. So by making this type of options, you can engage them more oftenly. Or often that will mean focusing on smaller pieces of content, which we discussed, at 5 minutes study and 1 minute quiz, then 10 minutes study and one survey. So students are evolving themselves with the teacher at that time. Again, that's not necessarily a bad thing either. If you can keep up your students participations, then they are more likely to keep learning despite the fact that you're miles apart. Shorter pieces make larger concept easier to teach. Just make sure that each segment is crucial to the lesson itself. This is very important part, that you need to make it crucial to the lesson itself, that every 5 or 10 minutes lessons, and then if you can conclude that 10 minutes in 1 minute quiz, it means is helpful for the students. uh, this can be less critical in a physical classroom, but no less effective as a teaching strategy. As we all know that face-to-face learning, we use this type of techniques, like while teaching, teachers suddenly throw the questions to the students to grab their attentions. But if even you're online, you can grab their attentions by using the technology and using different kind of softwares like Google Lab or any other software which can help you to throw the questions towards the students. The next one is be intentional in the beginning, middle, and end. What does it means? That each lesson, no matter the length, should remain tightly focused on the learning objective itself. So this would be helpful for us, while hour-long and school class fellows allow for more debate and back and forth. It's not as effective in the synchronous online learning environment, but that is a common approach is for each lesson to build on the last one. Much like a physical classroom. In physical classroom, what we do, the teacher go inside the classroom and he or she took 5 minutes to repeat the previous lectures to make to interact the students with the teachers and previous lectures. So it would be more helpful for the students to understand the new lecture. A brief introduction reminding your students what happened last time before you launch into the next piece of puzzle. And this is important and very beneficial. Not every lesson will go exactly as planned, but there should be a clear beginning, middle, and end to each session with a clear and intentional role for each going into your remote teaching classroom. It's easy in physical classroom. The beginning, middle, and end also play important roles, but with more flexibility and more opportunities for different kinds of collaborations. And face-to-face learning, you can do it by in start, middle, and end, and it's more easy. But even in online lectures, you can take the benefit with this one. In simple words, when you begin to see lessons in 3 acts while teaching digitally, that kind of framing can be useful in a brick and mortar classroom as well. So you have to go with different type of techniques which can help for the teacher, helpful for the teachers, and helpful for the students to learn more quickly. Ongoing formative assessment, how you can do it, like depending on the software you're using, you may have more or fewer options for interactive lessons. The more that your students are interacting with the content, the better chances they'll remain or retain information once the lesson is over. Why I show you many softwares to engage the students, because as much as they are interacted or engaged with the class, they can learn more by end of the session. Having your students create things, answer questions, and even interact with each other are all useful. Everything is useful once they are interacting with you or while they are communicating with each other. Everything is engaging and beneficial. Engage yourself with the software you have access to and see what you can do about getting everyone engaged. But important thing which we need to discuss right now, we are discussing about the remote teaching strategies. So teacher is playing a vital role in this part, because technology can bring or can connect between the students and teacher, but this is a teacher who can make this all these benefits in a positive way. For example, teacher is not interested to learn for the new softwares. Teacher is not good enough to deal with the technology. Teacher is not engage himself or herself to learn new techniques. It means he is not going to if he's not good himself or herself with the technology, how can he deploy all these type of like activities, softwares, and can share their knowledge with the students? So I believe this is the first part and important part for the teachers, for the instructors, for the presenter, that they need to uh, like bring their friendship with the technology. They need to have a friendship with the technology, and they do eager to learn with the new technology and new techniques and new software. So once he is willing to do something new, it means he's willing to deliver something new. If you are not willing to adopt the technology, if you are running away, what I have understand that Blackboard, I think so, 3 to 4 years ago, it was implemented, and we gave a lot of trainings for all the teachers. But once it's implemented, everyone asked the trainings again, because at that time they were not I think so, fully participated properly. And they need to, once the pandemic started, I believe I received calls at midnight even that, sir, how this option can be performed. The reason behind that, they were not fully prepared to utilize the technology, but once there was no chance to escape, then everyone start learning at that point. So this is again the participation of the teacher, that is also important. And this one go with the with the type of the teachers as well. Next one is make learning objective and accessible to the students. How you can make learning objectives accessible to the students? One easy remote teaching strategy, anyone can use it, that is accessibility. Make sure every student knows what they are learning and that what they are learning is accessible to them. So you need to make it sure that what is available and what you can get it with this one. If what you're teaching is important, accessible, and brief, it has a better chance of being mastered in any classroom, remote or otherwise. If you're very clear with your targets, if you're brief, if you are accessible, if you have like everything very clear, so it means it has a better chance of being mastered. So you can be mastered in the online classes, or otherwise if you're even face-to-face learning, you can go ahead with this one. But it's especially important to save the complex experiment for in-person courses or supported asynchronous courses. You can go with the synchronous or either synchronous or asynchronous. You need to build your community and you need to build your content to bring them more easy, accessible, and more brief, which can be helpful for the teacher and for the student as well. Adapt curriculum and instructions. So adoptable curriculum, what is that one? That another remote teaching strategy that will carry over into the physical classroom, involves your own mindset and approach to teaching. Show flexibility and humor even when it's difficult. The best part of the presenter or teacher or instructor who is teaching to the classroom, if he is boring, it means he is not bringing the intention attention from the students. So he need to be flexible, not to be very strict, either face-to-face learning or online learning. He need to create, he should have the sense of humor, to create the humor. So even if it's very difficult stage, there is one strategy. Even if it's very difficult and very boring subject, for example it's mathematics or chemistry, or you're teaching the physics, these type of subjects, science subjects, are sometimes tricky. So you need to be flexible yourself. You're not going to force the students to make them more boring. You need to divert their intentions from difficult points to easy points. So what you can do, you can take a short break. You can make genuine, but you can say a good joke with them, so they can cheer up, they can relax, and mentally once they relax, they can learn more easily. What else you can do it? Modeling a growth mindset for students, responding to uncertainty and difficulties with flexibility and humor. This can help students develop soft skills more important than the content itself. And for you personally, as a teacher, you can make your life and lesson plans a lot easier if you remain adaptable, especially since it looks like this will be happening for some time. Remaining flexible and constantly looking for ways to improve is how we will be able to make it through. This is trying time. So these small parts of the remote teaching tips can help you to improve your lecture quality, quality, it can improve your delivery, and it can improve your communication with the students. Let's summarize the remote teaching strategies. I bring one small tutorial for you, which can summarize all these things which we already discussed. And by end of this short tutorial, we can discuss and we can summarize all the things. So let's have a look with this one.
Hello and welcome to Teachings in Education. Here we will cover several different teaching strategies and teaching tips for remote learning. The first thing you need to do is set up behavioral expectations and clear rules. Watch how chaotic an online class can become without rules and enforcement. Next, you have to be available. Be logged onto your computer, ready to answer questions. Even though students are not physically in a group, that doesn't mean that they shouldn't work in a group. Cooperative learning is key to life success and should take place online. The best teachers are the ones that make learning fun. It might be more difficult to do from afar, but make an effort to make class fun. When posting online assignments, be sure to have a certain level of cognitive rigor in those assignments. Use Bloom taxonomy and Webb's depth of knowledge when designing assessments. Teachers should provide various types of content. This includes posting sections of text, videos to watch, news articles, PowerPoints, Google Slides, presentations, etc. and so forth. Don't try to hold lectures in an online format. Students have hard enough time paying attention to in-person lectures. Next, teachers need to provide ongoing feedback to their students. This also helps establish your presence online, while helping students make the correct adjustments. Develop a rapport and form positive relationships with your students is arguably one of the most important factors to teacher success. Get to know students in an online setting. Activities should be engaging for all students. Teachers must structure assignments so that they are challenging yet achievable. Even in a remote setting, teachers should try and show their personalities a little bit. Students want to get to know their teachers. Online conferences are an important part of remote learning.
Now, when I talk about video conferencing, I do not mean whole class video conferencing, which has led to many problems.
In a remote setting, assignments should be clearly written and well described. I suggest always posting examples of well done finished products. Because teachers are not present and able to be an on-site content resource, teachers should provide a number of different resources for their students, which they can easily do through links. Study skills should be integrated into the course. Remote learning requires students to use study skills in pursuit of knowledge. Back and forth online discussions is a great way to get all students participating in the classroom. Teachers can create critical thinking threads to be answered. In remote teaching, educators become more facilitators of learning. They should afford students a certain level of autonomy, such as choice assignments. And lastly, remote learning teachers have a responsibility to brush up on new technology and to know how to use common technology tools.
So that's all from the teaching strategies and tips. You can see a long list on the screen that we have discussed everything in our complete presentation, that you need to be flexible, you need to create the humor, you need to be able to break students into the groups and make them work, and you need to allow them to communicate with each other. You need to open the waste that they do have accessible. You should be accessible, you should be remain available. If someone have the questions, they can ask you that question. And there are many other ways that which can help you during the online learning. And I believe, trust me, if you can have a friendship with the technology, that can have more opportunities and more flexibilities to deliver your lecture, and in a better way, with interactive way. Even if you think that this e-learning would be going to be finished, that's not going to be over. Even once the coronavirus is been over, maybe in future, most of the countries and most of the education ministries are planning to bring e-learning a part of face-to-face learning, and might possible in coming days 50% or 60% like education have to transform to the e-learning format. So everyone need to prepare themselves, being a teacher, being an instructor, being a presenter, that future without technology is not possible. So you need to prepare yourself. You need to make, develop understanding for the new technology, for the new software. So you can have better skills, which can and skills can be improved at any time. Whatever the time you start thinking that I need to learn, you can learn. You have to keep friendship with the computer, with the technology, with the internet. Now internet is performing a key role and key point to transform everything. And I believe if you are smart, you can find out any kind of answer from the Google. But everything.
Hello and welcome to Teaching Tonight.
So that was almost discussed everything. But before leaving, me like optimistic and believe in the continuous advancement of the technology. Supporters of the technology in education often forget that students continues to use their mobile phones and tablets throughout the day, which can be negatively affect their mental and physical health. So being a teacher, being a parent, I think so this is also your responsibility, to take care of all these things. That technology, no doubt, have a lot of benefits, but if you are not utilizing this technology in a positive way, then it can distract you, it can waste a lot of time, and your children can go like beyond all the expectations. And now we can feel that one, that this is you can say that we earlier we were trying to escape our children from the technology, or not giving them the mobile phone and tablets. But after pandemic, it is become necessary to give them phones, and this phone would remain all the day with the students. And this is bringing the negative impact on the mental health of the student. So being a teacher, being a parent, you need to focus that one, that technology need to use in a positive way instead the negative way. If it's creating something negatively, so you need to be careful. uh, Thanks being here for this session. I'm going to turn on the mic for your question. So hold on a moment, please. You can unmute your mic. If someone have any question, they can ask me the question. Thank you so very much, Dr. Shalini, Dr. Amjad Nawaz Raja, and thank you very much. If anyone have any question, you can ask me. And one request, there is one survey I have shared with you in the chat. Please, this took less than 3 minutes, so please participate in this survey, please. There is a link available in the service. Please participate. Yes, please.